What's up, everybody? This is Francel from the Parker's podcast. Joining me today is Kaylee.
Yep.
And what is your business called?
So I have 4 different businesses.
4 businesses?
4 businesses. Yep. Ooh. So I have a photo studio named Sage Photo Studio. Mm-hmm. It's located in Punta Gorda, Florida. And then I have 3 different social media businesses. So the first one is social media businesses where I work with my own clients. I have a social media management agency. And then I have a design business where I do website and brand design.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And that is a very womanly thing to do because all of those things seem woven together in some facet that I can't wrap my head around.
Yeah.
And I'm just like exhausted from thinking about it.
They're all based around photography. So like everything I work with photographers. So it's in that niche.
That just gave me a sigh of relief because I'm like, yo, I'm struggling to like an AC business, you know?
Oh, trust me. I get stressed really often. I like about how to break down last Friday. So that's a lot.
Now, in photography, this is the one question I have for people who use that lane as a profession because art is very personal and everyone has their own taste or viewpoint on different things. How do you meet a customer's needs when they have a specific look that they want, but they may not be able to fully articulate it?
Yeah, so I don't do photography directly. I work with photographers. So with my photography clients, what I do, like for example, working with my design business, if someone comes to me and they want a website made, I feel like with figuring out what look they want and what style they want, it's a lot of just asking questions of like learning about like their preferences. And I feel like with stuff like that, having visuals to work off of, like examples to see like what they're thinking in their brain is always good, because sometimes when people explain things to you, like you can interpret them differently than what they mean.
That makes sense.
Stuff like that's really helpful.
And we use the same thing in air conditioning. I mean, a lot of the equipment we install, people have one perception in their mind of what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
And then we show them, hey, this is the work that we've done in a similar application that your house is in. So this is a result that you should receive.
Yeah.
And with technology changing, like the way air conditioners look are even changing to where like some are flush mounted in the ceiling, some are hung on the wall.
Yeah.
You have some that are in a closet or in the attic. So there's so many different variations. And with photography, what I'm hearing you say is like you're not an actual photographer, but you're more like the facilitator for photographers.
Right.
Which means that you have to be extremely creative to be in an environment to host creative people.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like going back to what you were saying, I feel like I guess with all businesses, creating like a clear expectation of like what they're going to be delivered and everything is really important. But working with creative people as a creative is definitely really hard because they know like what they want, and like when you're working with creative people, I feel like they can be pickier and
Yeah. So what you're describing is what we call a type C customer for us, which is your former electricians, your former engineers who have looked at the blueprints and the specs on the air conditioner that we're installing. And they're like, oh, well, I seen on manual 4-J that it does X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, bro, I never even read that manual. I'm just here to install this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like immediately, I feel like intimidating for sure when you have clients that, like I have clients where sometimes they have a background with like graphics or like graphic design and stuff. And I feel like for me, when clients come and they're like, they show me that they know what they're doing a little bit, it's almost like intimidating because there's like an extra level of like you needing to like really show up, if that makes sense. So yeah.
What's really funny is I used to work in graphics, like car graphics.
Oh, really?
And design that way. But when I first got into it, what's funny is like our graphic design was freaking clip art.
Oh, really?
you know what I'm saying? I just aged myself, but I mean, like when we would make T-shirts and stuff back in the day, we would grab a whole bunch of stuff in clip art, merge it together, or break it apart and alter it slightly.
Yeah.
Or Adobe Publisher. I don't even know if they even use that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
But it's funny how like technology has changed even in that industry, because I mean, media is media. Photos are always going to be photos.
Yeah.
But the thing that differs is, you know, the editing portion of it. It's one thing to just take a photo and that's the end of it. But now with it being a digital photo, you could go in and add enhancements and different effects to actually be extremely creative in the process.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I feel like everything's always evolving in every business, and yeah.
So, it's cool talking about business. Now, we're in the lab studios, right?
Yep.
Where is that in relation to where you work?
So, it's actually on the other side of my photo studio. So, the people who use Sage Photo Studio may not know this, but we have it set up to where there's the photo studio, and then there's like a curtain and a door, and there's a whole other half of the building where my offices are. So we have a bunch of different offices, and then the lab podcast is in one of those rooms right off the photo studio. So it's kind of a funky setup. As you saw, you kind of walk in and you have to like duck under a curtain to come in and come to the other side. So
you know what always makes me think of though? The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, honestly. Honestly.
I get a peek behind the curtain.
Or like Harry Potter, when you go like to the other world, it's like,
I'm sorry, I've never seen Harry Potter.
You haven't?
No.
I haven't seen all of the movies all the way through. I've seen like pieces of it, enough to know like that one little part where they go through. It's like a bus or I don't know.
I have no clue.
A train.
Isn't it like a train station?
Yeah, it's like a train or something.
It's like a wall.
Yeah.
They have to run into the brick wall.
Yeah.
So what I have found is there are certain people who are like Harry Potter people.
Yeah.
And
they're
I'm
like ride or die.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, that's just not my lane. And then when you tell them you've never seen it,
they freak out.
Literally.
Yeah, they freak out.
And I'm like,
it's that and like Lord of the Rings and like all those kinds of movies where there's like, it's a whole series. It's So
I am a Matrix dude though.
Oh, you are. So that's another one of those. Those Matrix people, they freak out. Yeah.
I don't freak out.
No.
But I'm like, how do you exist without ever seeing the Matrix? Because you live in the Matrix.
True. See, I haven't really watched the Matrix. I think again I've seen like pieces of it, but yeah, that's one of those movies I need to watch.
You do, because I mean, okay, I'm gonna change directions really quick, because the Matrix is like what we live in, but there is a movie that describes the situation we're in even more, and it cracks me up because it's so accurate. Have you ever heard of the movie Idiocracy?
No, I haven't.
You've seen clips of it, remember?
Who's in it?
Terry Crews is in it.
Okay.
What's that guy's name? He's not an A-list actor. He's not a B-list actor.
Owen Wilson's brother?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't even know who Owen Wilson is.
You don't know who Owen Wilson is? The blonde dude with the funky nose.
Oh, wait, yeah. Okay.
Like, you have to.
So the thing about me, I'm so bad with names. I need to see faces. So, yeah. Okay.
Okay,
I can
and
picture
then
him now.
I don't know the lady's name, but she's the one that played in Bridesmaids. That was like her breakout role. She's like light skin, has freckles. She's really funny.
I've never seen that movie either.
You never seen that movie? What other movie did she play in? She played in Christian. You gotta help me out here.
Yeah, you're screwed.
She played in Grown Ups.
Okay.
She was.
Well, there's a lot of people.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you. She was.
Wait.
Chris Rock's wife.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah. So she plays in that movie.
Okay.
And it's funny because it shows about how like it starts off. And have I said this on the podcast before, Christian?
About Idiocracy, you might have.
Oh gosh, dang. Here we go. Yo, if you watch this episode, you gotta just watch the movie. Here we go. Starts off.
Okay.
Two people graduating high school and they're dating. Like, yo, they just got married, but we're not gonna have kids. We're gonna go to college first. And then it shows like Jimbo over here who like banged 12 cheerleaders and has had all these kids. And then it shows like their family tree still hasn't happened yet because now they've graduated college and they're pursuing their career. And now he has like 12 more baby mamas and then like all of these kids. And it shows like the population of smart people still hasn't even come out yet. But all these not so smart people are having kids over here. And it just shows the decline of society.
Jeez.
To the point to where like they're spraying Gatorade on crops trying to grow food.
Gosh. I need to watch this. Is it on like Netflix?
It was, but I think they took it off.
I'll show it to you.
Yeah.
You'd like it.
That sounds so good.
It's so hilarious. And the
Yeah.
fact that Terry Crews actually could be running for president makes it even more freakier.
That's amazing.
You know what I
amazing.
mean?
I love that.
It's like,
I love that. Yeah.
what is his name? He is I can't.
Luke Wilson is his name.
Luke Wilson. Yeah. Luke Wilson. Macho Camacho. President Macho Camacho is
Macho Camacho.
Yeah, I think that's his name. And that's who Terry Crews plays.
Mm-hmm.
And it is absolutely hilarious.
That's amazing.
And you know Fuddruckers?
Mm-mm. I don't know any of these references. I'm so sorry.
It's an actual restaurant. It's
okay. Is it local?
Oh, yeah.
What's it called?
Fuddruckers is like a big brand out in California, right, in the West Coast.
Okay.
But it just shows over time, even the spelling and the enunciation of the word changes so that it's not that anymore. It's something way worse.
It starts with what?
Butt.
Butt?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't understand.
And rhymes with Ruckers.
Oh, I got you. I was like, what?
But I'm telling you, I know that sounds horrific. And I mean, very vulgar. But I mean, it pegs our society very well right
honestly.
now.
Yeah.
And I just look at it and I'm like, I did my part. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I raised, 3 kids that are decent people.
Yeah.
That are somewhat smart and making good decisions.
Yeah.
But
that's all you can do.
Yeah. We try our best.
Yeah.
All right, so let's find out more about you, the person.
Okay.
What are you into, like outside of? I know you're very creative.
Yeah.
But creative people who do creative things from work can be tired of being creative.
Yes, for sure.
So what do you do?
Well, I don't have a lot of time outside of working. So not much. I feel like since with work, I feel like I'm just constantly using my brain all day. So when I'm not working, I do like mindless stuff like binge Netflix shows.
What?
I'm
going to stop you really quick.
Okay.
That's a very dude thing to say.
Is it really? Really? I mean, I watch like Love is Blind and like those trashy reality TV shows. So, yeah, I don't know. I definitely need to have more hobbies for sure. But yeah, Netflix is. Sometimes I got into like a season 2 where I just got into like video games randomly, and I've played GTA like all the way through twice.
Christian,
since, like,
how did you land this lady? I am like lost.
Yeah.
Because what you have described is I don't even know where I heard this reference from, but it was so profound that I held on to it. Women have multiple boxes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And each box, like, you can be in multiple boxes at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
We're dudes, we have like 3 boxes.
Yeah.
We have our work box, our at home box, and then our nothing box.
Yeah.
And when we're in our nothing box, women don't understand what it means for us to just like mentally
do nothing, zombie mode.
Yeah. And we spend a lot of time in our nothing box, and what we're actually doing is purging a lot of. And that's why my wife says, "Hey, what'd you talk to so-and-so about?" I don't remember. I had the conversation. It went good.
Yeah.
It's gone.
It's filtered out of my brain. I don't need it anymore. Yeah. No, I do understand that. I feel like definitely like just I need time in the day where I don't have to do or think about anything. I can just sit down and like do something mindless like TV or video games or whatever. But yeah, I understand. Like, I feel like I'm not someone who has a lot of boxes, so.
Yeah, you just said like to.
I'm
mentally,
pretty simple. Yeah.
That's wow.
I feel like that's a bad thing, but I don't know.
I want to say something, but I don't want you to be offended by what I'm about to say. Okay,
I won't get offended.
Are you a dude?
I mean, listen,
because
I act like one.
Because I'm like literally.
Well, I grew up with a brother, so maybe that's why I didn't have any sisters or anything. Maybe girls who have lots of sisters are different, but I don't know.
Man, because like Christian, you found the unicorn.
Oh yeah.
Because like
he said that to me once. That's funny. That's something he said to me when we very first met. That's funny you said that.
Because there's a scale, you know, there's an attractive scale, a needy scale, and then like how much money you have to have scale.
Yeah.
And the crazy scale, right?
Yeah.
But if they meet everything on the scale, the scale tells you it's a dude. You know what I mean? It's like,
that's funny. I love that.
It's like, shoot.
Oh my gosh.
So
I love that.
it's like in this day and age, my kids literally, I'm like, bro, are you sure that that's a girl?
Yeah.
I have to ask that question now.
I love that. That's hilarious.
But I think it's awesome that like there are women out there that can relate to guys on that level.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah.
But that's cool. GTA though.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I think someone got me an Xbox for Christmas. Was it you, Christian? Yeah. Christian got me an Xbox for Christmas. And I kind of always wanted one because, like, I need something to do when I'm not working. Because, like, a lot of time, which I think this is a good thing. It, like, helped me to be successful. But when I'm bored, I'll just work because I have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
So I kind of was like, at one point in time, I was like, I want like a PS4, like a Xbox or something where I can just like sit on my ass and like not have to like think about anything. And he ended up getting me an Xbox. And so I remember when I first met him, he always had like GTA on his Xbox. And I would just like, I wouldn't actually play it. I would just drive around and crash into things on accident. But anyways, I ended up getting GTA and I started actually playing through like the story of it. And then I don't know. It's just, I like it because I'm not good at aiming on video games because I never really play video games like that. And I like GTA because when you go to aim, it just locks it on your target. Yeah. You don't even have to try. So it's easy.
So you just run around smacking grandmas, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is how I decompress.
Yeah. What my favorite thing to do is I'll go to people who are at the ATM. And I'll rob them.
You're jacking people at the ATM?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's just something nice about like waiting for them to come. Then you have to like lurk and I don't know. Yeah.
Christian, now, I mean, you found the unicorn.
Hey, if there's a police report.
Bro, well, I'm just like, yo, cancel your life insurance policy, bro. Because I mean, like, she's waiting and lurking right now.
No. Oh my gosh. Listen.
No, that's funny though.
Yeah.
But that's some people play that game to like, what do they call them? I forget what they are called. Where they have like their bases where they store everything.
Yeah. There's a lot more to the game I haven't even gotten to. Like I've never played online or anything. So.
Well, some people just run around to go rob other people's like caches. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they get a kick out of that.
Mm-hmm. That's whenever I finished the game and I just ran out of things to do, I just started doing that kind of stuff because there's nothing else to do once you're done. So
give me your ATM bank code.
Yeah. Or like there's the. Have you played GTA?
Yeah, in 2001.
Forever ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's fun. I don't know. There's a lot of psychotic shit you can do on there, and I just like to rob people because
it's always the quiet ones, Christian. It's like it's freaky.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. So if you do get online, people are just really going to troll you hard. You know that, right?
Yeah, I figured. I was trying to get online like a couple of months ago and I couldn't figure it out. But yeah, I know Christian has friends who play online and he tells me about it and it sounds insane. So
as soon as they hear a girl's voice on it, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel like they go after girls whenever they hear girls. So
100%. Or the 9-year-old who's
I'm
gonna kick you.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you're 9, bro. Like
yeah. Oh yeah. That's hilarious.
That's funny. Yeah. So recently you took a trip. How was your trip?
It was really good. We went to Colorado. It was actually kind of like a work retreat for a couple of my team members. So Christian went, of course, my husband, and then Victoria, who works for me and is also my sister-in-law, Christian's sister, and then Katie, who's another one of my employees. And it was really fun. We went to we went to Breckenridge, Vail, in Colorado, and I'm originally from Colorado, so it's always good to go back. We moved when I was like 8, and I've been back since maybe like once, so that was my second time, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was very cold. It snowed, which was exciting because I haven't seen snow fall. Yeah, I mean, okay, so it was fun the first couple of days, but I think if I was there, if I was there for a while, it would suck. There was one time Christian was driving, luckily, because if I was driving, we would have crashed. But the roads were icy and that I didn't like. But it was beautiful. Very, very cool.
Yeah, I'm trying my hardest to get to Colorado in February to go see my aunt. Yeah, because she lives in Aurora.
Okay.
And I've never been, and she's been out there for like 30 years or something like that.
Have you been anywhere else like on that side of the U.S.?
No. Vegas.
Oh, well, that doesn't count. I mean, well, because like I feel like Colorado and like that part of the U.S. are so cool because the mountains are so insane. Mm-hmm. So you definitely have to go and like check out. I don't remember where Aurora is. I think it might be by Breckenridge.
It's just outside of Colorado. I mean, Denver. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you go, definitely like Breckenridge was really cool. I just feel like the mountains in Colorado are just like nothing I can describe, and I feel like something you have to see. So when you go, definitely like go to the mountains and check that out for sure.
That's cool. When we went to Tennessee, we were in the Smoky Mountains. Mm-hmm.
We were there in January.
Which is really cool because, like, they're not mountain-esque.
Right,
but the elevation, you're high. You feel it. Because I'm like,
you feel it.
Where's the oxygen at?
For sure. Yeah, no, we were there in January, and the mountains, I love the mountains there because, like, the smokiness and the fog looked really cool. But, when you go to Colorado, the mountains are just, like, unmatched. It could make you cry. It's so pretty, but...
Have you been to Vegas?
No, I haven't.
Vegas is the first time that I've seen mountains that would be similar to the Rockies.
Yeah.
And it was a totally different spectrum because I'm from Ohio originally, where we have like hills, Appalachian mountains, but they're not real mountains, to Florida, which is very green and tropical, right? Mm-hmm. Going from very green and tropical to the desert and then seeing the mountains.
Yeah.
It's like the greens and the bright, vibrant colors with now experiencing the tans, the pinks, the browns. And it was so beautiful from that aspect. Mm-hmm. Even though there was no vegetation, you're still in awe of the other color tones. Yeah.
Well, in summertime, so my younger brother, he just graduated college, and he is actually living in LA now. In summertime, we did a cross-country road trip where I moved him over, and we drove from Florida to LA, and we passed through like New Mexico, Arizona, and I saw a lot of that where there's like no vegetation, just desert and like red, orange, like, and it is really, really, really beautiful for sure.
So what would you say the color palette would be like in Colorado and the Rockies?
Well, it depends on what time of year you go.
February,
like white. I mean, everything's covered in snow, but definitely like, it's interesting because there's a lot of mountains where they're covered in trees and it's green when it's, not dead. Mm-hmm. But then, the Rocky Mountains, everything's just brown and it's, just Rocky Mountains. So I would definitely say like majority of it's just green and brown. There are some like orange and reddish like mountains and stuff here and there, but it's kind of a mix, but mostly just rocks and trees kind of thing. That's
cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm excited. Sure. And the thing that trips me out is so many people want to leave the country. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yo, and this is the epiphany I had when I was in Tennessee, because the beauty of Tennessee and the forest and the Smoky Mountains was like, this isn't my own country. I have never been here before. There's so many aspects that we need to just explore here before we even try to go overseas and enjoy someone else's beautiful environment. Yeah. Let's understand ours and experience our own.
Yeah, I agree 100%. When we did that cross-country road trip, it really opened my eyes where, I mean, I'm from Colorado, but I've lived in Florida since, I was 8, and we never really went on vacation. So I never really saw any other parts of the U.S. other than like Ohio, like you said, or other places. And when we did that trip, I saw like there's a lot in the United States that's gorgeous. And working with photographers, my clients work all over the country. They're in Alaska, they're in Washington, they're in all these places. So I see where they photograph, and the United States has so much to offer. There's like so many beautiful places like Montana, Wyoming, are places I really want to go, and the Niagara Falls is somewhere I've been that was really pretty. So there's just endless stuff here for sure.
That is, I mean, it's we get caught up in saying that it's so big and so vast. Yeah. But it's really accessible if you just prioritize it.
Yeah, no, it really is.
You know, I mean, we get caught up in the hustle and bustle and the running around to where we don't think that we have time to make a 12-hour trip.
Yeah.
12 hours from here literally can put you in Alabama, Louisiana, almost to Texas. Mm-hmm. And it's you're going to see so much versus taking a flight.
Yeah, no, literally. Yeah. I feel like it's kind of brutal living in Florida, I will say, because, like, it takes so long to get out of Florida. And, like, when we drove, it was, like, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas. Could have skipped all of those, wouldn't have cared. But, yeah, I feel like just road tripping throughout the United States and, like, yeah, it's gorgeous. And I feel like, too, Christian and I are trying to definitely prioritize travel more because I feel like we get so caught up in life where we're like, oh, I don't have time to travel. I don't, whatever. And it's like, I definitely feel like setting aside time to like go see the world, especially like we're so young, like, you know, checking all of that out is important. So
were you saying that I'm old?
No, I said we're also young.
Oh, okay. I was like,
no,
dang,
that was
a
group.
Oh, a group.
That was
okay.
like a group, yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
so
thank you. I appreciate
welcome.
that.
You're welcome.
Shut your face.
So yeah, I just think but yeah, there's so much to see, and it should be prioritized more for anyone who can do it. So
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Christian.
Yeah.
Since both of you guys are in business, you have to like make it a priority to take those trips. Like, don't get caught up in the hustle and bustle.
Yeah.
I mean, the beginning of this year, me and Rose started off like once a month, leaving early or half day Friday to just go places around Florida.
Yeah.
And come back on Sunday. You know, those little trips where we just reconnected and then experience something new even here.
Yeah, because there is so much in Florida. I feel like I feel like we forget, like, we live where people vacation, and like there's, you know, there's just beaches, and like that seems to feel like that's all there is. But yeah, there's so much. Like Miami is a place we really like to go. So
see, I'm not a Miami guy, but I do like Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
I do like Pompano Beach, Deerfield Beach.
Yeah.
Those areas are kind of out of the way from the hustle and bustle.
Yeah.
But like, we're foodies. Everything goes back to food. I don't think there's a single episode there where we haven't talked about food.
Yeah.
But just the food culture, from Pompano Beach to like Fort Lauderdale is different, and the different shops. And I mean, even going to the Keys is so much different than Miami.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
100%. Yeah.
So it's like when we're looking at different things to do. Shoot, one weekend we went to Sebring, which is Central Florida.
Yeah.
A little older, but man, like they had cypress forests, which were absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
we walked through this path in the swamp and seen all kinds of animals and things. It's those little things to where you guys reconnect.
Yeah.
Despite being in business and a lot going on.
Yeah. Well, that's an important thing when you guys are both business owners like we are. It's like you're working 24/7 as a business owner. So definitely like setting aside time for your marriage and like relationship and checking in on each other and doing those trips is, I agree, really good to do. And yeah, I feel like every place has something to offer. Like Sebring, like everywhere has like a cool little spot you can check out. So yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much our time for today. How does Rose close this out? I don't know how I generally just say peace, but I guess this has been Francel with the Parkers podcast. I'll check you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.